back for another car chat video. I've received a few messages lately. Let's see if I can adjust this a little bit. It's the other thing. Nobody really likes my car videos. I understand. What is it? The quality is not amazing, but that's okay. This is more for those that are, that visit my channel frequently. To my viewers. If you're new, welcome here too. But lately, I've had a few messages and comments that my videos are a little more bleak lately, and I understand. I actually am editing one that's going to go up Monday, and it is a little bit more bleak, and that's hard. It's hard to want to watch those kinds of videos when, like, all around you is bleak and you kind of want something a little bit more uplifting. That is kind of the message of a lot of today is, you know, be uplifting and be encouraging and be all of that. The Bible calls us to build up and encourage one another. Why? And especially when you think of things in biblical times where you were being tortured, killed, and much more, just for being a Christian. And I think the idea still is that throughout so much of history, there are the good times and there are the rough times. And in my channel, in sharing the whole goal and essence in sharing the budget videos and the updates and the day-to-day life and all of this, like, the ultimate goal is not only accountability for me, but documenting just living month to month, year to year, season to season on poverty income. And that does mean in seasons it's really hard. Not because we're not getting what we want, but just trying to make sure that the basic needs are provided for, or any kind of habit in trying to break, like with the whole no spend, anything that's not essential. Like, it is not something that just happens overnight for some of us. I know there are people I know there are people that can stop like that. My grandpa was one of them. I unfortunately did not get that gene. But my grandpa decided one day he was never going to smoke again, never going to drink again, and he did. He just never did it. I have a lot harder time breaking things, and that is kind of a realistic look. When I've seen some of these no-spend videos that have gone over the year, they don't. They legit have just decided this is how I'm going to live, and I haven't done it. And, oh no, hold on. Don't quite know where I left off. I saw a cat attacking a bunny. I rescued the bunny. But that was a hot minute or two. Anyway, I think the essence was documenting this thing, seeing that some people genuinely can do the no spend and they've just been able to do it, and it takes a little bit longer for some of us. And there's not a lot of videos out there showing people failing, getting up and trying again, and failing and getting up and trying again. There's just not that. It's kind of a, I'm doing a voiceover, but I wanted to say that it's more about showing the success of life rather than showing the ugly, messy journey of life. We'll fail New Year's resolutions, so we don't make any resolutions. All of these things. And I make the videos when times are hard when there's discouragement, when things don't go according to plan, when we're pulling from savings. I make all of those, and I'm not happy about that. I'm grateful that we have savings. I'm so grateful. But I don't know if anybody genuinely is ever happy when they have to fall back onto savings. Expenditures exceed their income. That's what I'm trying to say. And kind of going over what we started last year out with in savings and what we've ended this year in savings before, tax return, you're just like, man, we've used about half our savings. And that's not just been documented accurately. So at the end of this month, my husband and I will have been married 16 years. I started out genuinely just not knowing how to use money. The cash was there, so therefore to spend it was there until the cash wasn't there. Just because you have the cash for something doesn't mean you can afford it. And that was something that took a long time to learn. The one thing that is very discouraging when you're trying to learn about money is people saying, well, you've got an income problem, just raise your income, as if that solves everything. But when you've got unique situations, and there are those of us that have unique situations, trying to figure this out is exhausting. It's discouraging. You wonder if you're doing it right. And it's just a long process. Again, 16 years, and I'm still learning. So there was things that I did then that I have to do differently now. Simply just saying change your income doesn't work in these situations, in these special circumstances. My husband's 19 years older than me. His body's breaking down. It's not as simple as, dude, go get a better job. The guy's also in school doing his dream, what he believes God has called him to do. And that's taken another 20 years to get to this point, or more. Yeah, about 20 years. So there are different aspects of documenting this journey that I look at. The change in spending habits. Once we paid off that house, I got lax. I got really lax about how money was because it was such a freedom not to have to worry about something being 50 cents more yesterday than it was today. I got to the point where we weren't eating hamburger helper all the time, and now we wouldn't be able to do that as it is. I feel like I'm rambling. Let me try to bring this all back. I don't make the videos to say, oh, poor me, poor me, poor me. I make those videos that say, you are not alone. Here's how we're doing it. Be encouraged to do the hard things, whether it's living more simply, whether it's living like this, changing your spending habits. I think it's interesting that the people that I really want to reach, the ones that are similar in our situation, aren't always the most open to changing their circumstances. I mean, I guess in a way we all are in some way, shape, or form, but I really want these videos, when I'm sharing the discouraging months, I want them to reflect that there are people like us out there that are working through that, so that we're not just waiting in line for a handout, and that we'll do what we can with what we have where we are in order to do what needs to be done. And in essence, it is to remind us that for some of us, this journey takes a lot longer than others. It's I'm in a lot of these budgeting tips and forums, and I read a lot of the things. These forums kind of talk about how we paid $96,000 in debt off in just 2 years, and you're just like, that's like $45,000 a year. Where are you getting $45,000? That's like never spending anything each month in order to get there. And so you see the journey, or you see we paid off $16,000 in 6 months, and again, it's just like, this is unattainable. And you can go and you can see how they did it, and they all start off the same. We cut out things that we didn't need to spend money on. We cut the cable, we cut the eating out, I'm like, some of us can't even afford cable and eating out. That's the documentation for these videos. Again, it's not about poor me, poor me, poor me, boo-hoo. It really is, look, there's really tough times, and it gets discouraging, but you document it, and then you see where God moves. Because that's the one thing that I didn't have from all of those times trying to pay off that house, so that we didn't have the mortgage. That was the whole essence of paying off that house, is that we had 4 kids, and I was like, if we had that extra $500 a month that we didn't have to pay towards mortgage, we could eat. Like, we could go to the store and not freak out. And that's still what I'm trying to do up here. It ain't gonna happen for a while because, well, you've seen the videos. But in essence, that's what it is. Don't have a mortgage so that you've got more for the food on the table. So get that debt out of your life. But I didn't have a way to document all the times that God worked in ways that my brain couldn't see. That even now, as I'm doing things, I still am like, I have not recorded everything to the point of where I would really like it to be, because sometimes somebody sends $100 and says, the Lord laid it on my heart to send it to you. And if I don't document it all, it's not impossible, but it's, you get to see how you think you're doing all of this, but really God is still orchestrating all this. Like, you may be playing the instrument, God is still the conductor. He's still orchestrating it all. He's still making it the way He wants it. And that's why I share the hardship. It is, again, I won't repeat myself over and over and over, but that's why I want to share it. And when I started sharing it, I was hearing, this is helpful. It is so nice to know I'm not alone. It has been such an eye-opening thing to see. And those are why I keep continuing. Because trust me, there are so many times when I start to film and I think, this is not helpful. This is not helpful. And there's so many times when you're like, I'm sharing so much. Is this really even worth putting on? And you fall back on those. And trust me, every time I think, I'm done with this, I kid you not, every single time I've done that, I've gotten a message from somebody I haven't heard, hey, I don't normally post, I don't normally say something, but I'm saying something now. Your videos have been helpful. Every single time. So that's why I share the hard things too. It's not always easy. It's not always easy. And there are days that are discouraging. This month hasn't just been financially discouraging, it's been a lot of other things heaped upon it. So if I sound discouraged, there's just like a lot of heaping on top. And you just, for me, I have to sift through it. I don't just have something, and I'm not very good at just saying, okay, Lord, it's all yours. I'm not very good at that. I sift, I process, I think of conversations that should be had in my head. I think of reactions that could happen. I internalize it all. And so if I sound discouraged, a lot of it's just that. A lot of that is just that internalness, just working it all out. So I wanted this video to go up, especially before Monday, because I know I was really tired that day. after filming, and I think I kind of have a dragginess to me. So there's this. I'm going to go in, I'm going to edit tomorrow's video. Well, tomorrow's Saturday. I might have a video up tomorrow. We'll see. But thank you for watching this one, and I hope, as with all of my videos, I hope this content was worthwhile to you. And I will see you in my next one. Peace out.